and we'll
Hey everyone, Damo here, back with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, we're going to be taking on Imitation Game. So I'm going to change things up from the norm. Instead of using my warriors, I'm going to use all Zookas. So I don't want people to get bored of me doing these daily events just always with warriors. So I'm going to try and change it up a little bit and do some different strategies now for some of the daily events. So for like this Imitation Game, Dr. T Tropical, Dr. T Volcano the next 2 days, what I think I'm going to do is use all Zookas, just like sharpen up my skills a little bit, and also give everybody else a bit of a tutorial, like a few tips and tricks about how I use them. I'm definitely not the best all Zooka player, but I will do my best. So before we get started, the things, what do we need to worry about with Zookas? So Gumbo energy is important, so I've got 109. And also it's good to know how much health your Zookas have. So my Zookas have 356 health. So it's good to know when it comes to mines, how many mines your Zookas can hit before they go kaput. So normally it's only one mine, but as you can see these mines are level 44, so I could hit 6 of those, 7 of those 6, I don't know, anyway. So we're gonna go like this. So, normally how I land my Zookas is I drop a smoke right in that corner. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Brick walks a bit faster than Zookas, so what I think I'm going to do is get them in position over here, start the walk, and as we approach that mortar, we're going to throw our smoke down, and another one. And you can see Zookas walk pretty slow, so you just got to be careful with your smokes that you don't get them, get too far ahead of yourself. Because otherwise, the ones at the back will start to struggle, like they'll struggle to keep up. And then they'll peak, and then they'll hit the defenses. They'll get hit by the defenses. So, I'm going to flare onto the HQ. Battle orders, and then boom, there you go. So on these lower level accounts, on these lower level like stages on Imitation Game, they're not going to be too stressful, but as we get further up, we'll probably be challenged a little bit more. So like scouting is going to be a bit more important, I would say. So another thing that you can do with the Zookas is you can park them in a blind spot of a rocket launcher, and then that will reduce the shock. So it's always good to like count your shocks as well before you start. Check the ranges on everything so that rocket is onto the beach. So what we might do is I will put a... I didn't check the level on the mines. I'm just going to take that out just in case. And we'll get rid of that. Okay, well I didn't need to take out that rocket launcher in the end. So, we'll try a different sort of smoke this time. So we'll throw a smoke. And then you can use these flags as flares as well. So these troops are all going to gather together under the smoke. They're going to get hit a little bit, so let's re-smoke. Right, so once we're all gathered together, that's when we're going to start our walk. And nice and slow. You don't want to space your smokes out too much, because otherwise they'll peek out the sides and they'll get hit by the defenses. Alright, so we're coming up now. Let's flare back just so we're under. We'll flare forward, we'll put a thing on, what is it called, a med kit, and then we're going to shock and shock, and that should be a one shot, boom. So yeah, always be careful that they don't peek. I would say don't flare onto, like it's bad to flare onto buildings, because when you do they take a really weird walk. Let's see what the next stage is like, maybe I can show. Alright, stage number 3. So, oh, this is a good little stage actually, this is a good walk. Alright, so we will go like this. I think I'm going to take up these 3 mines. Alright, and we're going to start our flare. We'll go 1, And I normally drop the next ones when the boat's about a third empty. Maybe a half, a third, a half, just so they stay closer together. Even though these guys are starting to get a bit stretched out. Okay, so then we will flare right to here. Okay, so they're going to gather together, which is great. We're going to throw our first smoke, throw brick. Yeah. Right, and our third smoke. You see, I like to overlap my smokes like just slightly. That was probably a bit too much. But when there's too much of a gap, like I said, they peak. But when there's not enough of a gap, it costs you way more smokes to get up there. So let's flare into the middle, flare into the HQ. I'm gonna go shock, shock, and shock. Boom. Taken down. I always forget how powerful Zookas are. I don't use them too often, maybe in operations and stuff, but they are brutal. Alright, so that is stage number 3, taken down. We'll crack into number 4. Alright, so this is going to be a bit more challenging. So what we're going to do is scout. So there's mines there. There's quite a few mines actually. And then how many shocks are we looking at? So we one on the rocket. So I should be able to get the rocket and that machine gun. There'll be one on the shock launcher over there, and one on that rocket launcher there. Alright, so let's go drop that artillery there and clean up those two. We might have to throw a barrage right there to clean up those mines, and if it gets that boom cannon out of the way, then I might be able to park there. You know what, I'm gonna go one more. Take out this flamethrower. Alright, so I like to line it up, my flare, so I'm going to line it up so that my troops walk towards that machine gun. So we'll put the flare there, and we'll start over here. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what I think I'm going to do, before they get to that flare, I'm going to flare up to here, and that will hopefully bring them nice and tight together. And we're going to put one smoke. Put a drop brick. I'm going to put a smoke there, and then as they approach that flare, I'm going to drop another one, just so they don't like stop and start. It's going to be like one continuous walk. Okay, we'll put 2 smokes for the shot. So I like to throw 2 smokes at the end as well, because it gives them a bit more room to spread out. As you can see, there's not enough room for them all to stand in the same spot. So we've got 1 shock there, 1 shock there, 1 shock there. You can throw a med kit there. That rocket launcher is probably going to take us, but no. We had enough damage. So that is stage number 4. We lost a couple of Zooks, but not too many. 4 Zookas. Pretty good, pretty good. Alright, so let's retrain. We're going to be cracking into stage number 5. Okay. So this one's got 100,000 on the HQ. Got a laser beam. Couple of rockets. Alright, so we're probably going to come up this way. Got our mine, so that's alright. So, let's take out this one. And then I guess I just want to throw a critters for them to get those ones. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go. So I'm just going to drop them all here first. We'll let them gather together. We'll drop our smoke. Let them all get together. Then as they approach that group, we're going to flare and keep them moving. Oh, we just got hit by the shock. And I think I hit a mine as well. Okay, so we're going to spread out, give them some room to move. I'm going to throw a medkit down to heal them up a little bit. So I think the HQ is only 100,000, so you can sort of take down those sorts of, like the lower level bases pretty easily. Because it's just one shot. I mean, it's not even one shot so far, so it's hard to sort of showcase it. But yeah, they're powerful, powerful things, these Zookas. That is going to be stage number 5 taken down. We lost 2 Zookas. We have so many resources, and I don't even think I can convert any, can I? Where are we looking at? Raw crystals. Nope, we are fully maxed. Alright. Somebody's going to enjoy raiding me later on. Okay, so we're into stage number 6. So, in terms of mines, I think it's just these ones here that I'm going to worry about. I'm going to come up through these trees up here, and then I'm going to park between the sniper tower and that boom cannon. And then how many shocks would that be? It'll be a shock. Oh, I'll do a shock on the rocket launcher and that. Do a shock on that rocket launcher. Is that machine? That shock launcher's not in. Right, so we'll do a shock there. And it's probably just a shock there. And that's all that's in range. Okay. So, as you will notice, that this rocket launcher is covering the beach. So we're going to have to use a few extra smokes to land. I think most people can get it done in 2 or 3 smokes. Like I said, I'm not the best Zooka player, so I will try my best. So how do I want to do this? So let's flare here for a smoke, and we'll start walking. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Another smoke. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Another smoke. And as they get towards that smoke, we're going to re-flare up to this position here. Might as well throw down brick now. So they're going to peek a little bit, but they're going to walk fast enough, I think. Alright, and then we're going to re-flare before they get there. And head down this way. Brick is getting a bit of a lead. Thankfully, it's not too long of a walk. Alright, so that was a little bit expensive on the smokes. I think I don't even know how many I used, but it was way too many. So I've only got enough for 2 shocks. So we're going to do it on this flamethrower shock launcher, which is in that one there. I didn't check the health on the HQ yet. Alright, so we're going to get... Alright, so it was a pretty low one actually. I didn't even see that rocket launcher at the back. I mean, I saw it, but I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so that is going to be stage number 6 taken down. Only lost 4 Zookas once again. Alright, so stage 7 we've got 2 attacks left. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so it is a bit of a long walk. The rocket launcher is on the beach, so I'm probably going to come up between these 2, I think. There's nothing. It's always good to scout behind all of these buildings, just in case they got like a hidden mine. So I might try and park where this flamethrower is, and then shock wise it's going to be it'll be 1 on that, 2, 3, maybe 4 shocks. It's probably going to be more than that actually, isn't it? 4 shocks. This would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's give it a go. We might fail on this attack, I'm not sure, but we will give it a crack. Alright, so I'm going to throw an artillery there. And we need 1 more to finish that off. Okay, then in terms of critters, I'm probably just going to have to throw critters up the middle to get rid of these mines. Alright, so we're going to throw critters and we're going to drop. So hopefully the critters distract the rocket launcher enough. No, they are not going to. So we're going to get hurt pretty badly, so we're going to flare and keep walking, and hopefully they stay together. Yeah, by flaring the ground, they're actually taking a much better walk than I thought. There might be a little bit of a gap there that's going to cause some issues. Alright, so we'll flare down to there. 2 smokes. So he leaves us with 47. How many do you need for 3 shocks? I think it's like 36 for 3 shocks. We'll get the important ones out first. 2, 3. Okay. Oh, I didn't even flare the core. That's so... I mean, it's going to work out, I guess, but it's a little bit silly. Are we going to take it down? Boom. Taken down. Lost all of our troops. So yeah, that was kind of a small introduction to Zookas. Again, I didn't check the health on the HQ, that's super annoying. But yeah, that's a small introduction. This is sort of how I use them. Obviously, I'm not the best player in the world, but I think I'm alright. I get the job done, so... Yeah, so just to go over a few tips, check the health on your Zookas, make sure you scout for mines, make sure you know how many mines you can take, and what else can you do? Sometimes I like to count out how many, like how much gumbo energy it's going to cost me to do an attack. So I might be able to do one right here. So there's a boom mine there, shock mine there. The boom mine I'm not too concerned about, or that one either. So what I might try and do is park here, and then it will be 1 shock, 2 shocks, 3 shocks, I guess. And so what I like to do is I like to count how much it's going to be. So it's going to be 3 shocks, critters. How many smokes will I do? 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 smokes. So yeah, basically it's good to count out how much gumbo energy you're going to use. Because if you're going to need like 150 gumbo energy and you only have 110, you're going to have to rethink your attack because it's just not going to work out. So maybe I want to throw a barrage there. So as long as we get that shock mine, let's get on there, on there. Okay, so we will do a little drop like this, get everybody together, under there. I don't mind losing a few. Oh, those rocket launchers are going to be in range, that's annoying. Alright, so we're going to flare in and start walking. So that was a bit of a messy drop. If I did a cleaner drop, I mean it would have looked better. I'm sure I'm still going to get the job done. Right, smoke. Alright, so we've still got a healthy amount of Zookas. So I think this guy, oh he had he has 2 ice for a med kit. So we're going to go 1 shock, 2 shocks, 3 shocks, and 1 hit, 2 hit. Boom! So that went down pretty well actually. I'm happy about that. So yeah, that is going to be today's imitation game and 1 bonus player base hit with all Zookas. Once again, not the best Zooka player, but hopefully this gives you some sort of idea, gives you some, a few tips, tricks, and you can start playing around with it yourself and see if you like it. It's a pretty powerful strategy. I mean, in operations, once you get to the higher levels, that's all you're really going to use is the smoky Zooka hits. But I'm going to leave the video off here today. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Thank you.